Hi, my name's Sarah, and the purpose for this video is to share my view about homelessness with Mr. Tucker Carlson, Mr. Sean Hannity, and Governor Gavin Newsom. Okay, not that my opinion really matters, whenever I'm deciding whether someone's opinion has value, right? You consider the source. Um, but I just couldn't help but hear a couple things that Mr. Carlson was sharing about, and uh, I'd like to have a moment to put in my 2 cents and keep the change. Okay, first of all, not all homeless people are violent. Not all homeless people who are homeless want to be that way, and not all homeless people are, lazy, dirty. It's just not the case. Okay. Um, that's a pretty bold statement to make, Mr. Carlson. Also, being homeless is not a cheaper way to live. Uh, it's actually very expensive, very dangerous, and man, people like to treat homeless people terribly. I've witnessed it, I've seen it. It's out of control. Um, and unfortunately, another common misconception is that there's so many resources. No. There's a waiting list just to get an intake appointment to see if you qualify for homeless services. And, I have a Section 8 voucher and I still can't get housing. Imagine that. Which I'm looking for still, by the way. Also, multi-million-dollar buildings meant to house 300 homeless people. That's not going to work. What are you doing? Governor Gavin Newsom, I think your heart's in the right place. I know you want the funding to go to these things, but you know what? I hate to say this, but I feel like you guys don't know what you're doing. You guys don't know the solution, because there's not any one cause of homelessness, so there's not a one-size-fits-all solution, right? So you're going to have to think outside the box. Remember, multi-million-dollar buildings are cool. Yeah, of course, who doesn't want to stay there? But that's not going to do a dent in the homeless crisis, because, yeah, cool, you house 300 people. Okay, what about the rest of how many thousands and thousands of homeless people there are in LA County? But, yeah, so these housing projects, they sound good. That's cool, but they're just, it's just not going to make a dent at all. One thing to remember, okay, millions and millions of dollars don't even need to be spent. It's a really waste of money. And why do I say that? Because remember, homeless people live in living conditions that would otherwise be considered uninhabitable. Okay. Lived in terrible places, terrible living conditions. And you want to throw them into a housing complex that's multi-million dollars. I mean, gosh, it's so easy to just go insane. It's like, whoa, it's a big change. And, I think with homeless people, if you just had levels, okay, let's say first level for housing homeless people, put them all in a warehouse. I'm sure they've lived in worse. It could be cubicles even. Anything that's out of the elements, that's a good idea. Okay, that's a good place to start. Then once, people get to be a little more comfortable with being back, trying to transition back into regular society, then you can put them in nicer places, because they'll, appreciate it and take care of it. Because one thing that is true with homelessness too is a lot of people have been out there a long time. And if you think about it, for every, in my opinion, for every 1 day you spend homeless, it takes 2 days to recover, okay? If someone is homeless for 1 year, it's going to take 2 to recover fully. Not just from, physically, but I mean emotionally, getting back into habits like hygiene and all that stuff. It takes time. Learning to keep, areas clean, that takes time. So throwing homeless people in these really, really expensive buildings, although it means, I can tell that it's coming from a good place in your heart, but it's not going to work. I can't say this because, you know, I was homeless, and, you know, trash is a big issue. And one day, I promise you, I'm going to start a homeless trash service. But, you know, the mayor around here didn't exactly like my idea. But he's very closed-minded, and he's, you know, got a serious growing problem on his hands. So, well, you know, maybe that might open his mind a little bit. But I don't know. There's just like so many different tactics, and it's just unfortunate because a lot of like politicians and stuff, like, yeah, you guys don't know, and I can't expect you to, because, you know, Mr. Sean Hannity, I know you come from a construction background. That's great. That's cool. I don't know how you went from construction to politics, but, you know, hey, that works. Sure, I would like to invite any politician at any given time to come out here and stay where we stay, do what we do. And, you know, being homeless is a traumatic experience. It's a series of traumatic experiences. And for anybody that knows anything about traumatic experiences and how they affect people, when you experience something traumatic, it changes your brain chemistry, okay? Which can, you know, have devastating consequences, and takes time to recover. So remember that whenever you're talking about homeless people, you know, think about it. Like, you guys say, oh, homeless people are violent. So guess what? Everyone listens to that, and then whenever they see a homeless person, they're automatically like judging them and treating them a certain type of way, even when that person probably doesn't even deserve it. You know, when I was homeless, I was shocked at how terribly people treated me. It didn't matter if I was white or a girl, or it didn't matter if I was like dirty and, like, you know, cops constantly bothering us. It's crazy. It's just really messed up. So if you want to take a look into our world and what it really means to be homeless, tell me how many people want to live in this kind of environment. Hey, Joe. So this is where we've been staying. Look like fun? Yeah. I don't know, but hey, it's pretty cold outside. So.
You walk out there?
Huh?
You walk out there?
No, you don't have to.
No, just to show them when they look where we're at.
They don't want to know. But
this is pretty nicely kept.
Yeah, we've been
actually. The rest of this place.
Yeah, I know. So we've managed to, you know, and it's only because we really just don't have anywhere else to go. And at least, you know, it's really cold outside, so it's a lot warmer in here than it is outside. And look, if you took buildings like this and you could make them into, like, you could house so many homeless people in buildings like this. It's so insane. I don't know. I don't understand. But hey, now this is a glimpse of our world. Good luck.